Welcome to RANsquawk's morning briefing for Thursday the 28th of January 2010. In terms of the Asian session, we saw some follow through, having had the higher close on Wall Street yesterday. Focus still very much around the FOMC, which was a bit more upbeat in its overall assessment of the economy and the jobless situation at the moment in the US, as well as laying somewhat the groundwork for the exit in terms of the various stimulus programs they've had in place of late. That as well, with the Union Congress speech out of Obama overnight, where he looked to put focus very much back on jobs creation and the economy, had meant that the Nikkei finished up some 1.5%. Shanghai Composite also minor positive territory. Nikkei itself also gaining from a couple of good corporate large cap names reporting. So far in the UK and Europe we are positive. FTSE CAC and DAX up around 1%, given that FOMC comments as well. The financials are outperforming. In terms of elsewhere, that has put a bit of weight in terms of Bund futures in Eurozone government bonds, and gilts have been underperforming. Some technical selling attributed for the downtick in early doors this morning, as well as some comments in regards to the DMO, the Debt Management Office chief, who said that yields could rise now the BOE's programme of QE has come to a close. Also, as well in the background, a bit of in the wake trading for gilts from that 30-year syndication index linked to issue that we had yesterday. In terms of some US related news flow also to be aware of, later on today we'll be looking out for the procedural vote in terms of Bernanke and whether he will be affirmed for that second term. In terms of procedural votes, no time's been set as yet, but he'll need to get the supermajority of 60 votes in order to have the final vote, which will also, as some participants have been looking forward to take place later on today, or either to see out the end of this week tomorrow. In terms of elsewhere, California mortgage defaults dropped 24.3%. That was also reported in the LA Times. They noted a number of homes entering the first stage of foreclosures fell in Q4 compared to the prior quarter. In terms of other things which Europe has been looking at, as mentioned, Bunds are in negative territory. However, they have bounced off their lowest levels. A bit of focus now has been turning to Portugal, and that has been putting a bit of pressure on the peripheral spreads, which have widened out again today. That does include Greece as well, after that lifetime high was hit yesterday. With Portugal, it's all focused on their budget announcement, which was made 2 days ago. Most of the rating agencies have now hit the wires, saying they do see that as somewhat of a lack of aggression in the cuts in the budget, but nothing mentioned in terms of the actual rating itself. Nevertheless, the Portuguese and German 10-year spreads are slightly wider today. Take a look then in terms of things to come. We've got the weekly jobless claims at 1:30 alongside durables, and then we'll have the EI natural gas storage change as well. And in terms of earnings, quite a lot to get through today. In terms of some of the US highlights, we'll have 3M, Altria, AT&T and Microsoft, as well as Procter & Gamble, just to name a few. From the Eurozone, we're also awaiting now Nokia and AstraZeneca to report. And finally, for fixed income traders, we'll have the final Treasury issuance of the week, when they'll look to sell off $32 billion in the 7-year note.